so excited. So I'm just about to go deliver some of our self-care and animal care collection to our first ever retailer that will be stocking these. So we've got the dog shampoo bars, the horse shampoo bars, under there the muscle rub and the bath salts, and then of course your little bags for them. So I am just about to go deliver these. Yay! So exciting. And I'm also going to take some stuff to the embroiderers and also deliver some other stuff.
Hey everyone, welcome back to DVR Diaries. We are on to episode 5. I know I look really different. I've literally got a fringe now and I only did this yesterday, but I was just having that thing when you want to change your hair, and I had a fringe like about 3 years ago. And you know when you just like, I'm not sure if you preferred it with or without, and I was just like, oh, I just want the change again. So I don't want to dye my hair anymore. Just trying to be as like zero waste as possible, so I don't want to have to do things to my hair if I don't have to. So I thought, you know what, the fringe will be a change up again, and yeah, but I definitely should have gone to a hairdresser, and yeah, there we go. Oh well. I am a very, very impulsive person, so these things just happen sometimes. Anyway, I am so sorry that you have had to wait 3 weeks, and I mean, I'm sure none of you are that bothered, but I am sorry because I really want to be consistent with this, and I think it's just going to take a little bit of time to get into the fact that I'm full-time on the brand and how I'm managing those weeks, because if I didn't go to shows, it would be a lot easier to have like a Monday I do this, Tuesday I do this, Wednesday I do this every week. But it changes so much, especially because we're doing some of our manufacture ourselves as well. So it's just all in the air at the moment, and I've been doing crazy hours, and then, yes, I'm going to tell you about that. So I watched the last video, and that was when I was sat in the office, and I was talking about doing my trade stuff. So fast forward, I spent a week. The week before Hicksted, I decided that we couldn't not have our sleeveless tops. Actually, I've got one on. They're like these sleeveless turtlenecks. They're made out of like a mesh, and I wanted to do them so much for the last Hicksted in June, and I didn't get time because I wanted to create the block patterns and everything myself. Anyway, week before, and obviously I've been working on the trade stuff, and I thought, you know what, I'm just not gonna have time for new things at Hicksted. And then I was like, no, like I had that deadline, I have to do it. So I worked so hard creating the patterns. I think it was at the end of that week, and then the Monday. Oh, actually, I've done some videos, so I'll pop the videos in so you can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully I can make it work where it like covers me, or I can just put it here and you can see that while I'm talking. But basically you make your pattern, and then you have to grade it up for the next size, and it's a whole other pattern for that size, whole other pattern for the next size. And it's not just a case of kind of adding a centimetre around the edge or 2 centimetres or whatever. It kind of adapts differently on the corners and with balance points. It's a bit confusing, but anyway, I wasn't sure if I was like gonna make it work properly how I wanted it with like the fit and everything. So then I needed to try the different sizes on different people that were those sizes, which I did with my mum. And just crazy when I think about it now that I got all of that done and we managed to get some stock made. I had Izzy, who was meant to be helping with like social media and stuff. I was like, do you want to work a day cutting fabric? Because the reason I'm doing this is so that we can start working with seamstresses and do like more changeable products that we can do ourselves without having to hold loads and loads of stock, because it really is hard for like small brands to hold all that stock. And so I was like, then we can be, you know, more adapting for our customers with what colours we can offer and everything else. So yeah, it's really, really exciting, but it just means that I have a lot of work my end, and I didn't obviously give it enough time to then be able to get those patterns to my seamstress to do some, and the fabrics, so we had to do it all ourselves. So Izzy learned how to cut out fabric, and stretch fabric is hard to cut compared to ordinary fabric as well, because when you cut it, like if it's stretchy, you've got to be really careful that it doesn't then kind of change. It's really awkward. And yeah, then I did all the sewing, so that was mad. And we had to kind of order labels last minute because I realised that the fabric we had, I didn't have the right labels for like what the makeup of the fabric was and what to wash it on and everything else. So did that, and yeah, I'm just good under a deadline, to be honest, but equally everything else went out the window while I focused on that. So that was really good. So up to the run up to Hicksted, and then we also got some last minute jackets in, which you might have seen, which yeah, I wasn't going to have at Hicksted, and then made that happen because I saw the weather and I was like, we need this to happen. And oh, it's just amazing. It's this beautiful check like pullover jacket, and the colours in the check just go so well with everything else in the collection, so it's just really, really perfect. I love a good check, and yeah, it's great. I mean, I wear mine for like walking the dog and stuff, but it's just a really good colour to go with lots of different things, and also it doesn't show the dirt up, which is great. So yeah, it was kind of all a go with like new product. We obviously did the winners of the Hicksted tickets, and then we went to Hicksted, and I can't remember again if I've got much footage. I'll put anything in that I do have. But Hicksted was our best show ever. It was so good. You guys were amazing. Thank you so much if you were there and you supported. I really went to town. So that week before, when we were doing all of that stuff, I also had gone and spent some money on some great things. So like I did some new frames because our frames were falling apart, and did some new really big beautiful imagery, which I love. We did drapes, we did like lots of different things to really try and make the shopping experience even nicer, and I think it really made a difference. And then the layout of the stand was a little bit different as well, and I just think maybe we just like nailed it. I mean, I always want the stands to be better each time, but I was really, really pleased with this one. And yeah, I think it's exciting. I felt really good because obviously the first month of being full-time on DVR, it was a completely different feeling at that show. It was like, we really have to do okay. And yeah, so it's been a whirlwind since, because I worked out that week was just crazy. Actually, I've got a video to put in of how bad I was feeling. I was having to come home and work after the show every night, and the following week I worked out that I'd done a 95-hour week. Look at how tired I was. I'll put it here. I've just put water on my eyes because I'm so tired. So I've done Hicksted every day, and then because the sales of our new jackets have been really good and we've needed more, I've come home every night, sewn our labels, because I have to sew the labels, and I'd ordered new stock, and then driven back. I'm just about to sit down for a 40-minute stint that should have me finished on this load of stock. So yeah, you can see that I was pretty overdone. And obviously you have to be very extroverted, you're chatting to everyone, it's quite a high energy thing to do a show that's like a long show. And I'm naturally quite introverted, I work on my own a lot. So yeah, it was tiring, but really, really good. Really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you did too if you came and saw us. And then yeah, got home and I was straight to London the next day, actually, seeing a designer that I used to work for, who is one of my closest friends now. So that was really nice, like a bit of a day for me and a catch up, but equally I was absolutely knackered. So then the other days I really had to take it slow because I did feel quite ill, and just sort out everything. So there's always a lot to sort out after a show, and also catch up on everything. But on that Tuesday, obviously I was desperate to get you guys the products online, because I knew some of you couldn't make Hicksted and you might have wanted the short, the sleeveless tops or the jackets. So I was like, I have to get these online on the Tuesday, knowing I couldn't on the Monday. So turned that around, which was amazing, got them online. We are going to be doing more photos of them. We've got a photo shoot coming up that I'm so excited about. But yeah, for now they're on there, so if you want to purchase any, you can see them. And then yeah, the rest of the week I just took that quite slow, just catching up with myself. And where are we now? Oh, that's it. I had accounting stuff to do as well, which I'd put off. Never fun. And again, because we're doing the sleeveless tops, I had to do some manufacturing as well for some of the orders. So Friday I worked late and I worked all of Saturday to do my accounting. Yeah, I took it a bit slower yesterday, just to give myself some time. And then today was really exciting actually, because I went over to a potential retailer that got in touch after seeing us at Hicksted. So yeah, hopefully going to be working with them soon, which I which I will reveal to you when that happens. But yeah, so it's all going really well. I feel like it all happened when it was supposed to, because previously, it's like with the DVR Diaries where I haven't had time to do it. Previously, I would have run myself into the ground to make sure that stuff was done. And I know that's good for a successful business, but it's like, how healthy is it really in the long run? And I care a lot now about my well-being and my health. And I kind of balance that as just as much of a success as how well the brand is growing. And so actually with Hicksted going really well and with me launching the other things, I thought, you know what, take your foot off the pedal, and if things happen a little bit slower for the rest of the month, it's okay, because I will feel better. I'm going to then perform better, be able to offer better when I can get everything into a better routine, which I'm working on. But yeah, like I said, if I didn't have the shows dotted in between, it's like I'm setting up for a show on Friday with my mum. It's going to be Blindley Heath, for anyone local. But I'm away, so my mum's going to be actually doing the stand for me. I obviously need to do all the setup and everything, and there's just so much prep work beforehand that I've got to do this evening, tomorrow and the next day. So it's just like the kind of wanting to do this really formalised, like this day I'll work on this day I'll work on this. It's just not possible at the moment. But I think we will get into more of a routine of that, and it's going to be easier on the months when we don't have as many shows as well. And the shows are really important, you know, it's all marketing. And yeah, no, I'm loving it. I think I'm just always going to be one of them people that pushes myself and doesn't feel like I'm doing enough. One area that I really don't feel like we're doing enough on at the moment is social media, because I used to be really on this. As you guys know, it's kind of how the brand has built, and I really want to give you what you all deserve, you know, content, lots of things to see, lots of explanations through product and all of that stuff. But I just have to know that it will come in time. If I put too much pressure on myself, I end up doing nothing and getting nowhere. So if I can just bite off chunks as I go, and we will get there. It's the first month done. What are we? Part way? Like the first week was second week of the, must be second week, isn't it? Second week of the second month. It's pretty early days, and I'm quite proud of what we're doing so far. So achieved a lot, and lots to come. So yeah, happy days. If you've got any questions, obviously fire them over. Mentally, I'm feeling great. I learnt a lot about menstrual cycles in a podcast recently, and I haven't known loads apart from like bits and bobs. And wow, like I'm noticing so much how it's affecting me, where this is a bit off topic actually, but I was on a pill for years and years and years, and that meant that I didn't really get the same hormonal effects. Anyway, the person in this podcast is talking about how we should be basing our work life and our work routines around our cycle, and because that really affects like how well we can work and what we can produce on different days. And your 17th and 18th day of your cycle, I think it is like your worst, when you're feeling absolutely awful, and then that week up before your period starts is quite a hard week. That's actually the week I'm in right now. And so back end of last week, I was feeling like that. I was like, I must do DVR Diaries because, you know, I couldn't do it because of Hicksted. And then I was like, I will catch up. And I just felt so awful. And I was like, I just cannot pick myself up to do a video, to be in front of the camera. And so what I've actually done, which is part of what I did yesterday, is I've printed off my calendar and I'm going to mark those days and make them like admin, very quiet days. And I feel really blessed to be able to work things like that around stuff like that I've learned. But yeah, I'm going to work that in to make sure that I can always offer DVR Diaries when it's around things like that are going to kind of hold me out the way, and try and be a bit more organised with that. I haven't done very well. Obviously, I've put in a few videos, but I haven't done very well with doing more daily vlog videos. And again, that is something I'm going to work really hard at for the next one. So let's just see how I do. I'm not putting loads of promises out here because, yeah, we know how it can be, and I have to prioritise what the brand needs at the time. But I'm going to try my absolute hardest because I really want to add more footage that's really interesting for you guys. So yeah, if there's anything particular that you want to see, please do let me know. But thank you so much for having a little watch and a catch up, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.